The unique, unparalleled joy of reading. Once you're affected by it, it becomes nothing short of an addiction. 26 letters in the alphabet and the infinite worlds they create, discover, invent. And rereading, when you love a book so much that you keep revisiting it every now and then because there's that one sentence, there's that one paragraph that keeps haunting you, and you just have to read it like a hungry child longs for food. So I just want to start a series in which I will be reading some sentences, some paragraphs that have remained under the skin, so to speak, uh, from the books that have been haunting me ever since I read them. And I want to begin the series with one of my all time favorite books, Fugitive Pieces by Anne Michaels. And as you can see, I have quite a lot of bookmarks, so this is going to be quite a long video. But I'm sure that those who are voracious readers, they will be able to relate to this and will find infinite beauty in these sentences and paragraphs. And by the way, there are no spoiler alerts. I am not giving away the story in any way. These sentences by themselves are so beautiful and so intense and ever so haunting. So I really hope you enjoy listening to them. And this is the very first sentence of the book. Time is a blind guide. No one is born just once. If you're lucky, you'll emerge again in someone's arms. This is how one becomes undone, by a smell, a word, a place, the photo of a mountain of shoes, by love that closes its mouth before calling a name. Find a way to make beauty necessary. Find a way to make necessity beautiful. The faint breathing of rock 50,000 years old, like the faint thump from behind the womb wall. It is no metaphor to witness the astonishing fidelity of minerals magnetized, even after hundreds of millions of years, pointing to the magnetic pole, minerals that have never forgotten magma, whose cooling off has left them forever desirous. We long for place. The place itself longs. Human memory is encoded in air currents and river sediment. Eskers of ash wait to be scooped up, lives reconstituted. How many centuries before the spirit forgets the body? How long will we feel our phantom skin buckling over rock face, our pulse in magnetic lines of force? How many years pass before the difference between murder and death erodes? Grief requires time. If a chip of stone radiates its self, its breath, so long, how stubborn might be the soul? If sound waves carry on to infinity, where are their screams now? I imagine them somewhere in the galaxy, moving forever towards the Psalms. I felt compassion for the stars themselves, aching towards us for millennia, though we are blind to their signals until it's too late. Starlight only the white breath of an old cry, sending their white messages millions of years only to be crumpled up by the waves. Translation is a kind of transubstantiation. One poem becomes another. You can choose your philosophy of translation just as you choose how to live. The strict crib that sacrifices meaning to exactitude. The poet moves from life to language. The translator moves from language to life. Both, like the immigrant, try to identify the invisible, what's between the lines, the mysterious implications. But at what moment does wood become stone, peat become coal, limestone become marble? The gradual instant. In fact, there's a chapter that's called The Gradual Instant. My English was strong enough to carry experience. I became obsessed by the palpable edge of sound. The moment when language at last surrenders to what it is describing. The subtlest differentials of light or temperature or sorrow. I'm a Kabbalist only in that I believe in the power of incantation. A poem is as neural as love, the rut of rhythm that veers the mind. This hunger for sound is almost as sharp as desire, as if one could honor every inch of flesh in words, and so suspend time. A word is at home in desire. No station of the heart is more full of solitude than desire, which keeps the world poised, poisoned with beauty, whose only permanence is loss. Write to save yourself, and someday you will write because you've been saved. You will feel terrible shame for this. Let your humility grow larger than your shame. What is dearest to us is often dearer to us than truth. How beautiful the blood's pull towards trust, the warm weight of the sleeper entering her orbit, pulling towards me, fragrant, heavy, and still as apples in a bowl. Not the stillness of something broken, but of rest. There's no absence if there remains even the memory of absence. Memory dies unless it's given a use. If one no longer has land but has the memory of land, then one can make a map. Silence, the response to both emptiness and fullness. This is probably one of the most popular paragraphs and one of my most favorite as well. There was no more simple meal. No thing was less than extraordinary. A fork, a mattress, a clean shirt, a book. Not to mention such things that can make one weep. An orange, meat and vegetables, hot water. There was no ordinariness to return to, no refuge from the blinding potency of things. No refuge from the blinding potency of things. An apple screaming its sweet juice. Everything belonged to, had been retrieved from impossibility. Both the inorganic and the organic. Shoes and socks, their own flesh. It was all as one, and this gratitude included the inexpressible. Your serenity was so profound, it could only be described as sensual. Experience had wrung excess from you. Or as a geologist might say, you had reached the pure state of residual concentration. You listened, not like a priest who listens for sin, but like a sinner who listens for his own redemption. What a gift you had for making one feel clear, for making one feel clean, as if talk could actually heal. So that's Fugitive Pieces for you in a few sentences. I really hope you pick up a copy, because I think you should just own one. It should be in your cupboard. And I really hope the story moves you as it has moved so many of us who read it. I hope to return soon with another favorite book with some really favorite sentences and paragraphs, or even phrases for that matter. Thank you so much. Have a great Christmas and a very happy New Year.